Hello YouTube divers, this is Waunita 122 and I want to welcome you all to a video that honestly I've wanted to do ever since I got back from Colorado. And that is rank my 10 favorite destinations from my Colorado adventure. Now I actually brought this idea up in a travel vlog that I did when I was filming at the Middle Quartz Valley. And it basically said that I was going to rank all of my, basically do a big recap of this humongous adventure that I was on. And before we get started with this, I just want to point out several things. For one thing, I want to thank all of you guys who have who went along with me on this fantastic adventure. You've watched all the videos, and you've seen all these fantastic locations. It was just so great. And another thing, this list was painfully difficult for me to put together. This is up there with one of the toughest lists that I've ever had to put together, if not the toughest, because every single destination that I've been to, like every single place I went to in Colorado, was just fantastic. Every way, shape, and form, fantastic. Fantastic. And another thing, there might be more than one selection in a said selection. Like, there might be two things in the same selection, two destinations in the same selection, if that makes sense. I did this because for one thing, and the most important thing, they're very close to each other location-wise. And I figured I can't really put it anywhere else on the list, so I'll just put them together in the same area. So with all that cleared up, let's jump right into the list. So number 10, I'm going to have to go with Tamichi Pass / Paywell Mountain. These two locations, as you've seen in my travel vlog for these two locations, are very close to one another. Like, I'm not going to basically go into a whole detailed analysis about how they're located together. If you want to at least get a basic point of view, just go and watch my Tamichi Pass travel vlog, and you'll see for yourself, or the Paywell Mountain travel vlog. Either way, you'll get your answers there. And so basically, I put them this low on the list because mainly it was very scary to get up to Tamichi Pass. Like, the road up to Tamichi Pass, like when it cuts away from the Hancock Pass route, is very, very sketchy, and you really feel like you're going to go off the mountainside, which, if you're me, then that's no good. But if you like this type of stuff, it'll probably be in your top 5. It'll probably be an A+ for you. But overall, once you get to the top, it's very, very rewarding. It's very, very rewarding once you get to the summit of Tamichi Pass. And same could be said for Paywell Mountain as well. It's not the climb up to Paywell Mountain isn't sketchy. Well, not nearly as sketchy as the drive up to the summit of Tamichi Pass. But the hike up to the summit of Paywell Mountain is very, very brutal. Like, I don't really know how to describe it. It's not like a 90-degree ascent. It's steep. It's very, very steep, but it's not impossibly steep. Like, it's not steep enough to the point where you can't climb it. It's just very, very hard on your legs, and that's a good thing, right? Because it exercises your muscles. But it's a very painful hike. I will just say that. Unless if you're a professional hiker or anything like that, you've hiked like a gazillion mountains in your life, or if you live out in the Rockies and you're just so used to the climate. But as a hill country person, as the locals call the Appalachian folks, it's brutal. It really is. And this is mainly just a personal standpoint. But once you get to the summit, it's fantastic. The views are phenomenal. A phenomenal view of Hancock Pass, which you can actually see from from the summit of Paywell Mountain. You can also see the road that goes to the Alpine Tunnel, Van Wert Mountain, like that whole area. You can see that, and it's so fantastic. It's just great. I definitely recommend you visit both Tamichi Pass and Paywell Mountain if you go to that area of Colorado. It's a must. All right, and then number 9, we have a Tin Cup Pass and Mirror Lake. So Tin Cup Pass is one of 2 passes that crosses the Continental Divide, the other being Hancock Pass. It's a great pass. I like it just a tad bit more than Tamichi Pass for at least one reason. The drive is a lot less sketchier than Tamichi Pass is, and therefore it's a better experience for me. However, it might not be so much of a better experience for people who like sketch. And if you like that, then Tamichi Pass is definitely your A game. But if you're like me and you just like a nice rocky ascent up to Summit Pass, then Tin Cup has pretty much got your back when it comes to those two hand in hand. I actually climbed up to the pass from the east side of the divide and crossed over into the west, which is a very, very nice experience if you ask me. Very, very, very nice. Very nice, got lots of cool views. And then once you get down to the bottom on the west side, you run into Mirror Lake. And Mirror Lake, oh my god, it is gorgeous. Like, dead on gorgeous. Oh my god. I don't know why I didn't make a travel vlog when I was at Mirror Lake, but that's honestly one of my biggest regrets. I really should have made a freaking travel vlog of Mirror Lake, because Mirror Lake is just so good. So good. So really nice. And basically that whole location is a very fun drive. It's a very, very scenic location. Alright, so with that said, Tin Cup / Mirror Lake comes in here at number 9. Number 8 is going to be a little bit controversial for all you Rocky Mountain enthusiasts. We're going to be talking about Fairview Peak / Chicago Park. Now, this basically falls on the same gripes as I had with Paywell Mountain, but except the hike up to Fairview Peak is even more brutal. You actually run short out of breath, and your legs just feel like they're going to fall off you, if that makes sense. But overall, once you get to the top, like with Paywell Mountain, it is very worth it. Beautiful views that absolutely beat out Paywell Mountain. And plus, the weather station up at the summit is a very, very cool place to visit. Even though it's technically in shambles, well, the structure is still standing, but the inside is basically in shambles. It's very cool. It's very interesting. Lots of history up there. The trails are very, very steep, but they become more easier the more you climb up. But by that point, you're already hoofing it. And then once you get down the mountain ridge into Chicago Park, it just is so lush. It's so green. It's so peaceful, and the drive is 100% very, very easy. It's so good. It's really, really, really nice. I love it. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So with that said, Fairview Peak / Chicago Park comes in here at number 8. Now, moving on to number 7, we're going to be talking about the town of Tin Cup. So you might be wondering why I didn't put this with the Tin Cup Pass / Mirror Lake stuff. And that is mainly because the town of Tin Cup beats both of them. Like, the town is in an absolutely beautiful location. Right near Slaughterhouse Gulch. It is just so good. And of course, Frenchie's Cafe, hands down one of the best mountain restaurants I've ever been to. Hands down. And it's located right on the banks of a kid's fishing pond, which just makes it even more beautiful if you ask me. The Tin Cup General Store is very nice. Really love that location. And the road from then the 20-mile, and of course the 20-mile ride from Pitkin to Tin Cup is so good. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And it's, if Tin Cup and St. Elmo were not on this list, it would have been my favorite town. But we're gonna get to St. Elmo and Pitkin in a little bit. So let's move on to number 6. Number 6, we're going down the road past Slaughterhouse Gulch and up to Cumberland Pass. Hands down, my favorite pass from our Colorado adventure. The views are out of this freaking world. Like, there are views literally all over that pass. Like, all around it. And you can even see Fairview Peak from it, which is just fantastic. The most, hands down, probably the most beautiful views and on the whole vacation, really. It's just so good. The drive up to it is like driving on a dirt highway, if that makes sense. It's so smooth. It's so great. And it's not really that challenging. Like, it's an easy ride up there. It's an easy ride. And then once you descend into either Tin Cup or Pitkin, it's so great. It's a great experience. Phenomenal. If you visit Pitkin, definitely have a trip to Cumberland Pass up your alley. It's absolutely worth it. I love it. Moving on to number 5, we're going to be talking about the Alpine Tunnel. How could this not be in my top 5? This is an iconic, an essential piece of history, a piece of Colorado that you absolutely must have to see. Like, if you just visit Colorado at all, whether you visit the Rockies or anything like that, have the Alpine Tunnel on your freaking list, because it is absolutely fantastic. The historic district, fantastic. The ghost town, amazing. The tunnel itself is mind-blowing, I tell you. It's mind-blowing. Now, the only reason why this is not any higher, for 3 reasons. And some of them might be biased towards me, but that's what these lists are for, man. Okay, so reason number 1, it was closed off to motorized traffic, and it's a 3-mile hike from the turnoff. The hike is not that bad. It is not. It's not uphill. You're mostly going flat. And it's very worth it. You get to see the beautiful Palisades, like, up close. They feel very, very nice. And it's a great walk. It's a great hike. And another thing, and this is where the biased stuff comes in. We actually decided to take the old Williams Pass route down to the old tunnel road. That did not really pay off. It did not. Instead, about a half mile in, we were clinging to the side of Van Wert Mountain, and we nearly lost our lives. I'm not joking with you all. But thanks to my brother, he helped us get out of that pickle, and we were fine. Obviously, because if we weren't, then the travel vlogs would have very well ended like after the Alpine Tunnel stuff, but whatever. And of the freaking other thing. While the Palisades are beautiful, it can be very dangerous. So I would just say proceed with caution and stick to the freaking trail. Don't go down the Old Williams Pass Stagecoach Road. It's closed for a reason. Like, just avoid it at all costs. Alright, so with that said, the Alpine Tunnel comes in here at number 5. Moving on, at number 4, we got the town of St. Elmo. St. Elmo was one of the number 1 things that I wanted to visit while we were in Colorado, and here we are. St. Elmo, absolutely worth it. I absolutely love that town. fantastic stuff. The chipmunks there are just so freaking adorable. The town's got a lot of history to it. They're actually working on preserving the buildings that are there. It's just great stuff. St. Elmo, absolutely, you must have to check it out if you visit Colorado. And now we're moving on to number 3. We got the town of Pitkin. So this is the town that we stayed in, and Pitkin is hands down the best town that I have ever seen in Colorado. It's just fantastic. What more do you want me to say? The people there are very nice. Like, the people there are just very, very nice. Beautiful scenery. And it's basically the place where all trips mainly start and end, depending on where you are. And it's just so great. It's so great. What more do you want me to say? Now, we're coming into my top 2 picks. These were very, very difficult for me to put together, as if this list was already difficult enough. I will post some honorable mentions down in the description below, so you can see that out. So you can see all those other fantastic places. So number 2 is Middle Quartz Valley. This, I'm going to be objective and say this is the best thing that part of Colorado has to offer. Like, I mean, the Middle Quartz campground, while it was uncharacteristically empty when we were there, it was still beautiful. The meadow was absolutely beautiful. Like, the surrounding mountains just make it just so gorgeous. What more do you want me to say? And of course, Middle Quartz Creek, absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Whether it be from the campground to the creek to the lost town of Pandora, which was a phenomenal hike. Well, if you get past Devastation Alley, where literally the entire trail was wiped out by an avalanche a few years back. There's like lots of trees on it. If you can hike your way around that into Pandora, you're good to go, man. It's just freaking amazing. Middle Quartz Valley, absolutely. You must visit that valley if you go to that area of Colorado. Absolutely. Okay, so now this was very difficult for me to do, but I had to go with my heart, man. At number 1, I have South Quartz Valley. So South Quartz Valley just narrowly beats out Middle Quartz Valley, mainly because I just like that area. I just like that better. I just like that area better. Like, in my opinion, it has better views. The road through it is, in my opinion, more satisfying, even though it's very, very rocky and very, very challenging. South Quartz Creek, awesome. Depler Park is a beautiful location. And Little Baldy is a fantastic little mountain that overlooks Tomichi Dome. And those views up there are absolutely stunning. Every way, shape, and form. They are just so freaking stunning. I love it. I just absolutely love it. And yeah, I do love the South Quartz Valley a lot. Like, if you get off the road from the Middle Quartz Valley route, you get to go over 2 creek crossings, which are so fun. Which are just so fun. And then you get up to Depler, and then you go on a little rocky road, and then you get to Depler Park, and then a little bit more upwards, you get to Little Baldy. Absolutely fantastic stuff. I really had to battle myself between Middle and South Quartz Valleys to have as my number 1, but I went with South Quartz, mainly because I just liked the stuff that it had to offer more. But overall, all these locations are fantastic. I will put honorable mentions down in the description below, as I've already said. And if you go on this adventure, good luck, because it is so awesome. So with that said, that concludes this video. Thank you so much for watching, my fellow YouTube divers. This is WaterDive 122 signing out, ready to dive and more fun on YouTube. Thanks for watching.